My name is Elibabaa, and a client contacted me to make an illustration for her because she wanted to print it on my shirt. So first things first, I had to make a sketch of the illustration, and here is the sketch. Yep. And then when I was done, I moved it to Corel Draw where I would begin the illustration. So as you can see now, I'm starting the illustration. I'm just going to speed it up because it's a very long process. This video is very shortened because the process took me about a day to finish. So step one, I had to make the outline of the illustration first. The outline comes first before the colors. So basically, I use the pencil in Corel Draw to make my outline. And yeah, the tool I used was the pencil. And quick tip before you start making your outlines, first adjust the transparency of the layer that you are working on so that you can see the outline, the stroke that you are making on your art. So reduce the transparency to about 80 or 70% so that you can see clearly as you're making your outline for your artwork. And if you do not know how to use the pencil, I suggest just put it in the comment, and I might have to make a tutorial on how to use the pencil in Corel Draw. As you can see now, I'm done with the outline, and the next thing is to add the colors. For this design, I wanted to go with the yellow color. I have yellow, and because the color for the logo of the client had yellow, purples, and I think pinks in it. So I wanted to go with yellow, so I started with yellow, and I had to move on to adding the shadows first. I love to add my shadows first because it gives me a hint of where everything else would be. I had to go with my shadows first, So I wait to speed this up because it took a little while. So yeah, adding my shadows. After adding my colors, I added my shadows, and then to the highlights. Sorry, I couldn't show you where I added the highlights because recording while designing could be like a very strenuous process, so I couldn't do that at the same time. So I skipped where I added the highlights of this art, of this illustration art. So yeah, you can still see a bit of it though, but I couldn't show you where I added those. So I'm done with my shadows now. And yeah, at some point I had to change up the colors because the clients specifically chose purple and pink for this, so I had to change it up. I couldn't show you why I changed it up, but yeah, I had to change it up and redo the shadows. We are almost done actually. This took me about a day, 2 days, I think 2 days, because I was actually busy doing other stuff. So yeah, I decided to add other details, like this plant, so I drew out the outline of the plant. I couldn't show you that because of course I could not record while designing, so I drew the plant outline first, and then I started adding the shadows and the highlights to give it light and to give it some depth and texture.
Svini on the beat.
Okay, so yeah, I was done with the plants, so I had to bring everything together. As you can see, everything is coming together, but I was not quite done yet, even though I'm almost done. As you can see here, I'm not quite done. I still need to add more textures, so I went into Photoshop. I took my file into Photoshop. I started to add textures to it, to give it more depth and make it more realistic and more artistic. So I took it to Photoshop. I started adding my textures. Yeah, these are halftone textures I added. There are other textures like grunge marks and a few other ones, but I decided to go with halftones for this. Okay, so I'm done. I was done with adding my textures now. Oh, the textures are making the art pop so much. They're popping so much. Yeah. Adding my textures because the art is popping like right now. And I'm almost done. This was like the second day of my design. Yeah. It actually stretched up to the third day. So yeah. I had to make a mock-up for my clients. I had to send a mock-up to my clients for my clients to see the design and understand how it would look in real life. So yes, I made a mock-up and then set it out to my clients, and this is how the mock-up looks like, guys. This is how it looks like on the black, and this is how it looks like on white, and then this is like the final design. Yeah, so everything took me about 2 days plus because I was actually busy with other stuff, so I couldn't give it all of my time. And then I designed with my mouse. I didn't design with a Wacom tab or anything. I used my mouse, so it took me a little bit of time getting all those curves correctly, adjusting the notes and with the pen tool and stuff like that on Corel Draw. So it took me a little bit of time, but I finished, and yeah, this is how it looks, guys. It looks amazing, it looks good. So yeah, this is what I do. I'm a designer. I design stuff like this. If you want to like and subscribe, you should go ahead and like and subscribe. Share my video to your friends that might want stuff like this, or your designer newbies that might be interested in learning stuff like this. That's about it for now. See you on the next video. I will try to keep posting videos of my designs and my illustrations on for you guys to see and to learn from. Bye, guys.